Hello YouTube, this is Brian and welcome to my channel. For my very first video ever on YouTube, anywhere else, I am actually going to be doing a little piece on my 1911. Well, I guess I should kind of start out with what my channel is actually going to be about. So, obviously, from the very beginning here, you could probably tell that I like guns. Well, that's what I want to talk about. I know you're probably thinking to yourself, oh, there's a million other channels like this all over the internet, and you're right. You're right. But those channels aren't me. So I want to do something myself. And I want to do things where I review guns, maybe talk about the history of them, maybe, I don't know, put my opinion on some sort of political whatever going on out there. But mostly what I want to do is just talk about guns, games. That's kind of it. It's kind of my interest. So today, I wanted to talk to you guys about, and kind of just do a quick video about cleaning and field stripping a 1911, as you could probably have guessed from my cool little mat here. And of course, if anybody knows what this is, I mean, duh. So, before ever cleaning your firearms, you should always kind of prepare your area, right? So as you see here, I've got this stuff, which is meh, it's alright. CLP, Cleaner, Lubricant, Preservative. I got this from Walmart. It's okay. I prefer Ballistol, actually, but right now I don't have any. It's actually on its way from Amazon. I love these here thingies. But, as you can see, this one's kind of gross, so I'm not going to be using that one for right now. You need to have yourself some cleaning patches, any firearm-specific tools you might have, in this case, a 1911 bushing wrench. And then, of course, this thing, which is your barrel swab cleaner thing. As I mentioned before, I'm a kind of an average person, so I have no idea what these things are actually called. Nor do I care. All I know is it cleans my firearm. Now, what you might be noticing is I got my mat, I got my really messed up table and all my other stuff, but where's the firearm? Bamf. There it is. So, before you ever clean a firearm, and I want to be perfectly clear with this, you always make sure it is not loaded. Personally, I flag all my firearms with one of these. Lovely Amazon.com sells these by the boatloads. I just bought a pack of, I think it's 8 for like $9, and it's just a really good way to keep your firearms safe. Especially some of them that go the full length of the barrel. But by no means does that mean that you should always assume that your firearm is safe just because one of these is in there. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is obviously clear the chamber. You see my flag just kind of fell right out of there. So no magazine, as you can clearly see. And I'm going to do something to freak everybody out here. Point that right at the camera. You can clearly see that the chamber is empty. So we're cleared. Now, with the 1911, you can't break it down like this. It actually needs to be in this position. The first thing you're going to want to do is, if my camera would ever focus, is you actually want to remove the bushing right here. Now, if you have a newer 1911, this little part right here is what's going to get pushed down. This thing hurts a lot. As a matter of fact, it'll probably remove a good top layer of your skin off if you try to like push it down. Now, mine, I don't know, it's had about 2,000 rounds through it, so it's a little squishy, but it still kind of hurts. So let's see if we can get that focused on you. Hey, there we go. That's why we have le bushy wrench. So what we do is, we quite simply push it down and twist. Now, here's the important part. I'm not letting go because this spring is actually going to be putting pressure on this whole wrench part here. And if I were to just let the wrench go, the spring would come shooting out, probably hit my lens and break my nice $500 camera. My wife would not be pleased. So what we're going to do is we're just going to turn. There we go. And boom. Just kind of catch this with your finger, right? Whoops. So here's your spring, right? So we're going to place this off to the side. I didn't want to take this apart just yet. But remember for the future here, you see how this part is coiled right there? The coil's kind of closer together than it is right here. That's actually extremely important how this whole thing fits back together. This little, I guess, piggy tail, if you will, it's supposed to go to the back of the firearm. And then this slides on like that, but whatever. So we're just going to put that over there. So here's the bushing again. Now you see how everything flows nice and neat in there, and it's all pretty. Well, it's not going to come out like this. So what you do is you rotate the bushing this way, and then just slide that on out, and bushing away. So you're left with this. Alright, so the next thing you want to do is you're going to want to remove this piece here, okay, your slide catch. So before I go and do all that, I'm going ahead and getting ahead of everybody here. If you'll see right here, there's that little notch here, and then you have the big notch there, right? So what you're going to do is you're actually going to line your notches up like this until it's right about there, and then you're just going to push on this part right here, okay? And then just pull it out. Boom, done. And now the fun part. Slide that right off. And look at that. That is pretty useless right now. No. So, your slide. This is the part that I always clean first. Guide rod. Barrel. Look at that. The camera's not doing a good job picking that up. Let's see if I can't get in there on that. So, you can see my hands right there, right? Look at that. How gross that is. This just came off the range too yesterday. Hadn't had a chance to clean it, but I tend to be a little too overzealous, I guess you would say, in cleaning my firearms. Generally I do it the same day after coming back from a range. I don't like leaving all this gunk sitting on there. I mean, just look at that. I mean, that's just terrible. So, and the crazy thing is I only put about, I don't know, 100, 150 rounds through this at the range the other day, yesterday. Yeah. The entire thing's just gross. So, first things first. Just kind of outline the parts that I clean real quick before I actually do any cleaning. When it comes to the 1911, I do clean the spring. I do clean just about everything. I mean, like the bushing, I'll give it a wipe down. It's not like I'm going to grease it up or anything, but what you mainly want to get is right in here. And there you go again. You can just watch, clean finger, right? It's a simple wipe. Look at that. So I clean all in here and here, and all this out, which is terrible. I'll clean all this out, all this, even down in here, and then I'll apply oil to this. I really only lubricate moving parts. I tend to use an all-in-one like Ballistol or this, mostly because I don't really plan on taking these things into combat. I guess who does? But I've been shooting guns for, I don't know, 6-7 years personally. I haven't had any crazy malfunctions from anything like this. This stuff seems to work just fine, but I'm a little partial to Ballistol. So when it comes right down to it, get yourself one of these, okay? These are microfiber cloths that you can buy these at Walmart. You can get like a pack of, I don't know, 12 of them for, shoot, like 10 bucks, if even that. I don't even know. But a simple wipe down will suffice, like stuff like this in the outside here. If you're feeling froggy, you can do one of these sort of things. And really that's pretty much all you're going to need probably for the entire outside. That was probably a little too much actually. Probably give my firearm some sort of congestive heart failure. Oh, this stuff smells delicious. Just kind of get the inside there. And if you look in here, I don't know if you guys can see that, but if you look right in here, there's a lot of carbon buildup, and I try to get that the best because that's actually the, I guess what you call it, the loading ramp for the rounds. And I just don't ever really want that to get corroded or anything, because I don't know. I just feel as if it starts wearing away, maybe rounds won't load quicker, or rounds won't load as well, maybe. Quicker I'm going to talk about. Full auto 1911. Ridiculous. So anyways, what I do though, with all my CLP stuff, with the barrels, I just do like a quick blast down the barrel. And you see it kind of just all like gooped out there at the bottom, but whatever, it's fine. That's why it's on a mat. I just let that sit. Break that stuff up. So, again with my same cloth, a little bit of CLP on there, just kind of wipe that part down. Just continue to wipe it down. Wipe down le guide rod. Oh, look at that! Shiny again. I like shiny. There you go. Get that all purdy. My bushing. Okay, well that's not really shiny, it's black, so, but it's good. Okay. And what I said about this, I should just wipe this down. It's not like it needs CLP on it. If you really wanted to, go for it, I guess, but next time you pick up your firearm, it's just going to ooze CLP, and yeah, that doesn't feel very good. I mean, I really never really liked the feeling of greasiness that this stuff gives your fingers. Just drop my flag. So now kind of the important part, right? Because we still got the slide and this left over. And kind of what I do here is I just take like a corner here, spray a little bit. Kind of just apply it to there. Alright. Now you see all that? It's all over the firearm right now, right? Well, guess what? I'm not going to worry about that just yet. Because my biggest thing is, I just want to get this thing clean, right? So I'm just going to wipe this whole thing down. Just like so. Let me get the hammer. Oh, Hit the camera now. Sorry, I don't want to make you guys seasick and vomit when you're trying to watch my videos. Alright. Okay. Good. I guess if you really wanted to, you could start taking trigger assemblies off and stuff like that. I don't see the point in that. I mean, maybe after what, like 20,000 rounds? Maybe. If even that. Well, I wouldn't. But anyways, to me this is done. Now I'm gonna get my slide. So now I'm gonna, look at that. This was gray, it's turning black. So, get all that rubbed down. Fingers in there. Blast the back of this real quick. Yeah, CLP everywhere. Make my house smell great. It's a Brian's house. Smells like guns and stuff. So, there we go. So, now I just got all that cleaned out. And to be perfectly honest for you, preservative. What I do like to do is just give the steel a nice little rub down. And then just kind of wipe it off. Let's see. Look at that. I don't know if the camera's capturing it all that well, but that makes it look like new. And I like that. I like my firearms looking pristine. So now we're gonna come back to the barrel. So I wanted to give the barrel, or the CLP, a little time to break up what was in the barrel, because it's been a little while since I've actually done this part. Now, copper is obviously a softer metal than what this is made of. And just by the properties of metallurgy, copper should not scratch the inside of this. You know, some people say, oh, only do it, you know, after so many rounds, and other people say do it every time. I don't worry about every time. That's actually why I use that thing that I threw away earlier. This. I actually use this every time, but I'll only use this maybe once every 3 or 4 times. And all you want to do really is just that. That's it. You really want to do a couple of run-throughs and that's kind of it. You're done. See? Too bad this thing never focuses. Alright. There we go. So look at that. You see how clean, pristine that is? Look down there. You don't really see too much goop. Looks alright. Whatever. Don't want to bore you with that part. So now, done, right? Let's just pile it all back up together and there we go. So, first thing that we want to do is put that back on. Make sure your little weird pigtail thing is back here, and it is. Take your hair slide. Slide that back in like so. Push that forward. And this here doodad goes in like that. Super technical term, by the way, doodad. Look it up. It's in the dictionary. So now that's in there, and I don't know if I have to explain this or not. Maybe I should. That little U-shaped thing right there that my camera refuses to focus on. Yeah, there we go. That goes in there upside down, like that. Okay. And now here's the tricky part, and this is what gets a lot of people when they're putting these things back together, is hooking this circular thing back up with this. I personally find it easier to just rebuild it like this, right? Sometimes. Ow. What you're seeing here is me struggling putting this thing back together. I always do this. There we go. For some reason, I always struggle with that part. So, now here's the fun part. I'm trying to line that stupid circle thing up again. Oh, we got it. So, when you think you got it, just slide your pin back through. Alright. Alright. And don't forget that little groove. You gotta line that stupid thing back up. Push that in. Boom. Oh, I did it. Alright. Slide your pole slide forward. Now we put the bushing back on. So what you're going to want to do is not drop the bushing. My butterfingers. Okay. So you see how this bushing is here? Like this. Let's get you zoomed in there like that. Real quick. So you see how the bushing is like this right here? That's how you want it, okay? You don't want it like this, okay? Because you'll never get your whole spring assembly in there. So you want it like this. Alright? So what you're going to do is there we go. Just going to put your spring back in like so. Alright. Those them back out for you. We're going to gently lose that part. Just learn what not to do. We'll be back. Ah, the life of a 1911 owner. Alright. Well, that might not make it into the final cut of this movie, but that was pretty funny still. So anyways, yeah, the object is to not have this thing launch off. As you see, I'm just having terrible time with it. So you just kind of like jam that down in there like so, right? And there's a ton of pressure on your thumb right now. But all you gotta do is eke that over, just that little bit, and you'll see, I'll zoom in for you. The bushing kind of catches the edge of that, right? Well, now you might be thinking, oh, well, now how do I get it on there? Well, remember what I said before. If your spring system is a little bit worn, like mine is, you can probably do it with just your finger. That's still a little tight. That's why you have the bushing tool, Kimber. So, all you gotta do is put the bushing tool on, apply just a little bit of pressure, turn it, boom, it's back together. And that is how you do it. Now, I didn't use these today because I didn't really feel the need to. I don't personally like them, but generally I would for whatever reason. It's actually why I use these. But mostly what I use these things for is just wrapping them around that and putting it down the barrel like so. It's kind of gross. So that is how you field strip and clean a 1911. And if you were wondering, well, dang, this whole time, I wonder if I got that little, whatever it is, thing through the hole. Yeah, the thing through the hole. See how technical I am? That rod through the hole there? Well, if you didn't, it wouldn't do this. So that's how you know. Okay? So, boom. Click. 1911, folks. And just for a final touch, here's my cleaning pad. That's all I do. Clean it, wipe it down, make her look pretty again. Well, guys, I hope this has been helpful for you. I'm not going to apologize. It's my first video ever. Hopefully I get better at this. I plan on doing many, many, many more in the future. This is kind of my testing out phase. Please, if you liked what you saw, if you'd like me to do some more stuff, you should definitely subscribe to my channel, Guns and Games. I'm coining it. Gonna try and make it a thing. I definitely like guns, and I definitely like video games, so why not make a channel about it, right? So, I'm not gonna go shoot this right now. Good best practice for you guys, especially if it's not your whatever, your bedpost or under the pillow or wherever the heck you keep these things, your nightstand gun. If you're just gonna put it away, should probably do a better job there next time. That was weird. It's kind of a fluke. If this isn't going to be your nightstand firearm, best practice, get a flag. Flag your firearms. Alright. It's just a good thing to do. Because if you look at that, you know that there's nothing in there. Absolutely. Just that extra added safety. Now, your nightstand gun does not have to have a flag in it, obviously, because that would just be stupid. But there you go. Do a couple of close-up shots there for you guys. Look at that. Is that not a thing of beauty? Freak everybody out. It's pointing a gun at me. Well, just so y'all know, I'm not pointing a gun at anybody. I'm actually off to the side of the camera, so it's not even at me. If anything were to happen, it'd just be poor camera. And probably the rats upstairs. Alright. There she is. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate any support that you are willing to give me.